Hello. So, I want to look at Real Girl's Realistic Body Texture, 4K for UUNP. I've been using this. This is by Pyrock 14. Let's see. Hold on a second. This was well, I guess this is a port in a way. Body Texture by Zonzai. Face Normal Matte by Saren. Okay, so some various things there. Muted and presented by Pyrock. So there is, now I'll tell you, there is some slight variation between the head and neck and the rest of the body, okay? It's very slight, it's very little. I don't even notice it most of the time. You have to get pretty close to see it, okay? So most times you won't notice it. This mod is about 87 megabytes, not too big for a skin texture. What I normally use is bigger. Now, I'm not aware of any problems. They mentioned problems about it when it was first uploaded. I haven't really seen any problems for sure. I can say that it looks pretty good. It's not subjectively what I would choose, but it does look good and it works. I haven't seen any issue with it. I've not seen anybody having any issues. Everybody looks pretty good. So it depends on if you like this style of texture, of skin texture. It's trying to be a little more realistic, so it doesn't look as nice as maybe, well, it all depends on what you like. Again, we're getting into subjective territory, so, but it's trying to go for a more realistic look, okay? And I will show you when we get in the game. I will try to get in close so that you can see that. So again, it's Real Girl's Realistic Body Texture. I've been using this for weeks now. It's Pyrock 14, ported it. I mean, they did a little more than porting, but they ported it. And these other people, Zonzai and Saren 4XX, you know, and some stuff from H. Haley, you know, they really contributed to the textures a lot. So anyway, about 87 megabytes. And once you get a look at it, if you like it, you know, of course you can try it as normal. And see what you think. It is made for UUNP, which the Pyrocast body I've been using is kind of it is a UUNP body. So, you know, it's been looking good on that. Yeah, it's probably not going to work for CBBE because it's not made for that. So just be aware of that, okay? All right, I will see you in the cheat room in a moment.
Up your shaft.
Alright, so this is the body texture, the Real Girl's Realistic Body Texture. Hopefully I'm saying that name correctly. Now, the only problem I saw with this, now the mod does say that it covers the body and the face, and you'll notice it works really well. The only problem I see at all with the texture, you have to get really close to see it, and it's not significant, but when you get really close, you can see that slight variation in the head and neck color and the body color. Do you see that? Very slight. It's so slight that if you just step away a little bit, you will not see it. See, now you might be able to see it, but I can't really tell it now. Now it looks pretty normal. It's not as obvious to me. And out here, I can't tell it at all. Now you might be able to tell it. Maybe you have better eyes than me. I wear glasses, I admit. But I can't tell it at all. So that's the only thing with this texture, is that there's a slight difference in the head and the body, okay? Now this texture is a little, I'm going to say it's a little grittier, a little less smooth. I think realistic. They were trying to go for a realistic skin texture, okay? I'm not saying that's a bad thing at all. I'm just trying to tell you what I think they were doing. I'm going to pull, oops, I'm going to pull in a little bit here. And I'm going to also, I think we're going to use our camera. I don't usually do this, but just to get a little, okay. Somebody act like you know what you're doing. Okay. Let's do this. Let's toggle our camera movement. Let's get her centered. I am going to turn our opacity off so we don't get the crosshair in our picture. And we're just going to take a look at her. I'm going to, let's see. It's been a while since I did this. We're going to do field of view. Alright, see that? She just looks a little grittier. Not bad. I'm not trying to say anything bad. But I think that's supposed to be a little grittier, a little more of a realistic skin tone and skin look. Now the coloration, I admit the coloration, let's do something here. I have my own display enhancements on. Let's just remove all the effects from that. And that will affect the color a little bit. Not a lot, but a little bit. You can see it affects the coloring a little bit in your video. Hopefully it shows for you. But anyway, this is supposed to be a more realistic skin texture. It's all over, so this is as good a look as any. You know, the leg will show you what you want to show, what you want to see. So anyway, I think that's probably sufficient. Let's see, can I load my save settings? I don't know if I had any save settings. Anyway, that's alright. It's okay if we don't. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to go back to our camera. Go back to our camera options. And I'm going to put it back. I think it was on 70, so we're going to go back to 70. I think that's normal. Oh, and our options just loaded, so there we go. Now, we're going to do one more thing. We're going to go back to just the camera. Okay. And now, this is the way she was before I started messing with everything. So there you go. That's the skin texture. That's what it looks like. There really isn't... She's got her fist. See that? Her fist is a fist. Her hand is a fist at all times. Anyway, that is the skin texture that I've been using. I've been using this for a while. Again, you know, except for that one slowdown I have whenever we first loot somebody or take her clothes off, so that you can see her in her underwear. Then there's a slowdown in the game for about a minute while that happens, and then everything's fine. So I don't know whether to attribute that to the body or to maybe this texture. I was thinking it was the body though, but I don't know that. The texture is bigger than the body, so. Alright, so I'm going to hop out of here and show you the mod again, okay? Alright, so I'll see you in the menu in a moment.
Fascinating.
Alright, this has been the Real Girls Realistic Body Texture by Zonzai and Saren4XX. This was ported, was perhaps a little touching by Pyrock14. I'm not sure how much, it's hard to tell. Overall, I think it's a good texture. There is just that slight variation, which most of the times, I mean, I forget all about it. I've been using this for a while. If it was very apparent, if it was like really blatant, I wouldn't be able to stand it. I wouldn't be able to use it, but I've used this for weeks now. So it does work. Anything else? Not really. It does work, and I don't know if it's part of our slowdown problem when we're looting and stuff or not. So I'm not sure if it's this or the body or the combination. I'm just not sure. It could even be the armor replacer, since I'm using all three together and they all three came at the same time for me. It's hard for me to tell which one is the actual issue. And I'm really not that concerned. It just causes a slowdown for a minute. It doesn't really break the game. It doesn't crash. So I haven't been concerned enough to really dig deep into it. Okay, but one of these does that. Nonetheless, this is Real Girls Realistic Body Textures. 4K for UUNP. It's about 87 megabytes, and it's a very subjective thing whether you like this, if this is your style of skin texture or not. Okay? Alright, so thanks for watching. Hope you have a wonderful day, and I will catch you later.
Stop! You violated the law. Pay the court a fine or serve your sentence. Your stolen goods are now forfeit.